And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today. As always, we're going to recap the real games, the real NBA games from last night. We're going to unveil our inaugural cash and trash list. I'll get more into that later in the show. And, right really at the top of the show, I got to eat some crow. So, yeah. I'm going to start on a kind of a low note, but it's got to get done. As always, be a part of the conversation and follow me on Twitter at TakesByFans and come watch live Monday through Friday at twitch.tv/TakesByFans. All right, so I'm sorry, y'all. I just got to apologize off the top. I'm sorry. The point of the Takes by Fans moneymaker is to have y'all make some money, and I was a little off yesterday. I was a little off. The official prediction, 2-team parlay yesterday, Pelicans -2.5 and Lakers -4.5. Neither of those two happened. Damn it! Pelicans were looking good all game, and then they lost it towards the end of the third quarter and just could not get it back. Lakers -4.5. It was a back and forth game really all game. Lakers kind of broke out really late or early in the fourth. Clippers came back, and Lakers were able to seal the deal and get the win, but not by 4.5. So I do apologize for that. I will. That will not happen again. You understand me? You understand me? I will not have another losing bet. You understand me? So if you're scared off by the Takes by Fans moneymaker, don't be. Don't be. We're getting it back. Don't worry, y'all. Don't worry. So that brings us, we had 2 games yesterday, y'all. 2 games that went right down to the wire. Fun to watch. Energetic. I was into it. I was pumped. We watched them live here on twitch.tv/takesbyfans. Broke it down live. It was a fun time. So come out and join us when we do it again. When we do it again. We may do it tonight. I'll send out a tweet if we do. It'll only be one game. I was a little burned out on the second game. So one game we'll do. We'll either do the Celtics Bucks or Rockets Mavericks. We'll do one of those games tonight. But first game we'll break it down. Pelicans and Jazz. Jazz win 106-104. Pelicans had a last second shot attempt taken by Brandon Ingram. I did not like it. We'll get into it. Let's first look at the box score. Who was putting up the points? I got a hair in my mouth. It was bugging me. All right, I'm back. I'm back, baby. All right, so Utah, Donovan Mitchell really did not show up until late in the fourth, probably around 5 minutes left in the fourth. He started to ball out. Really had to rely on Jordan Clarkson. He was great really all game. I know he only put up 23 points and 47% shooting, but when the team needed a bucket, when the Pelicans were up 18, Jordan Clarkson was really there to bring down the lead a little bit, get the game back in control, cutting leads down from like 10-6, from like 12-8. He was really the one to get the bucket early in the third, late in the second, to keep the game in hand and not let it get out of hand. So Jordan Clarkson was a huge factor of this Jazz win. Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell kind of came out late down the stretch in the fourth. Mitchell to Gobert, some lobs there, some inside passes, and Donovan Mitchell with some clutch mid-range jumpers. So I'll give them credit for down the game in the fourth, but Jordan Clarkson was a very big reason why this team won the game. Great defense, and then, as I said, just to keep the game in reach, in hands, and 23 big points, no doubt. The Pelicans, on the other hand, Brandon Ingram was a walking bucket in the first half, even early third quarter, but the man cooled down some, and there was nobody else that could make up for it. Zion was only playing the first 3 to 4 minutes of every quarter. We'll get more into that in the highlights, because when the man was on the floor, the man was instant offense, really. 75% shooting. Most of it came down low. Obviously, that's what Zion does. Drew Holiday, he was decent. He was probably their second best player throughout the night, but They just had no clutch player. JJ Redick, all right, I will give JJ Redick this. He had two huge, I'll even say 3 huge clutch shots. 2 of them were back-to-back threes, really, in the fourth to keep the game close, and then 1 was to tie the game when they were down 3. Huge clutch shot. We'll see all these in the highlights. But JJ Redick, huge shot. He should have taken the last shot. I'll get into that in the highlights. Because Brandon Ingram was cool. He was cooled off in the fourth. He really should not have been taking that last shot. But and they even drew up the play. That's, if you watch live, I literally said that they should have JJ Redick come off off-ball screen, which he always does, his signature play. Runs all the way around to the top of the three-point line, coming off an off-ball screen, feed him the ball. He catch and shoot immediately. They drew that play up, but Brandon Ingram did not give him the ball. So we will look at that. Is highlighted in the highlights. We'll see it. I'll break it down. I'll show you all what I'm talking about. But he literally should have taken that last shot, and he didn't. And they ended up losing. So, and we'll get into Lonzo Ball. He's on the trash and cash list. I'll tell you that. And if you look at these stats, 4 points, 15% shooting, 7 assists. I'll give him that. But I'll let y'all decide. I won't spoil it, but I'll let y'all decide if he's going on the cash side of the list or the trash side of the list. I won't spoil it. All right. So enough talking. Let's watch the highlights. We'll break it down. This was a fun one to watch, and I really thought the Pelicans were going to have it. They were up big in the second, kind of up big midway through the third, but they just they don't have that superstar to get you that bucket when you need it. Utah, Donovan Mitchell finally stepped up. He is their superstar, and he finally said, all right, enough is enough. We're not losing this game, and he took over late in the fourth. So the Pelicans just don't have that. Brandon Ingram was kind of looking like that in the first half, but the man was lost, really, from 5 minutes left in the third until the end of the game. And it's a shame because the Pelicans, they really needed to win all these games if they wanted to have a real chance of making the playoffs. And now I'm off of them. I'm jumping ship. If you have been watching, you know that I've been big on the Pelicans and the Heat, and I'm jumping ship on the Pelicans right now. I'm done. I'm off of them. I'm off of the Pelicans. I never thought I'd hear myself say that. Jump ship. Jump ship if you are thinking that the Pelicans were going to make the playoffs. Why do I hear like an echo? Y'all hear that? I'm hearing an echo, and I don't know where it's coming from, and it's messing me up pretty big. 1 second, y'all. I apologize. All right, that sounds a lot better. All right. I apologize for that. But, yeah, so Pelicans just don't have that elite scorer, that superstar scorer to get you a bucket when you need it. And Utah did down the stretch. Donovan Mitchell comes up big late. We'll see it in the highlights. So enough yapping. Let's get to the highlights. First bucket, Rudy Gobert. Down low. Good move inside. It's Rudy Gobert, y'all. Come on. But then it's Zion Williamson, y'all. Come on. He scored the first five points for the Pelicans, gets an and one there, hits the free throw. Next possession, ball finds its way out to him. He goes up strong inside. 5 points for the man. Yes, sir. He only played the first 4 minutes of every quarter, and that was it. They should have put him in. I don't know why. Why were y'all saving him? I don't get it. I don't understand why the Pelicans were saving this man when there's only 8 games to be played, and you are out 4 games from that 8th seed. Why are y'all sitting Zion in the first half to get him acclimated? Okay, I can kind of see it. If y'all are leading, all right. If they did have a big lead. I think their largest lead was like 18. So, you know, if you want to sit them when you're leading 18, I 100% understand. But when the game is close down the stretch in the fourth quarter and you're sitting arguably your best player who was providing instant offense every time he was on the floor starting the quarters, I don't get it. I do not get it. Mike Conley, big 3 there. Utah jumps out to a big lead here. in the early in the first, and then that was it. Pelicans took over. We'll see. And oh boy, yeah, Pelicans. This is where they start to take over. Brandon Ingram, big bucket there, closing the gap of this lead. He was the reason why they had that big lead. Another one, strong inside, great drive. Here he goes, great pass, up to Lonzo, back to Brandon Ingram. He hits another three. This man was a bucket in the first half, y'all, but he cooled down in the second half. Jackson Hayes, we love to see it. Team starting to roll a little bit. J.J. Redick had a decent first quarter. Great drive there to tie it. Gets the and one. They officially take the lead. Off ball screen. Just floats it up there. Now they're rolling, y'all. They're rolling here. Mike Conley, strong inside. Well done. You know, Donovan Mitchell, we haven't seen really any highlights of him yet. He'll come late in the fourth. But there it is. There's Zion. Lonzo was feeling comfortable with Zion in the game. Lonzo is only feeling comfortable when Zion is in the game. Here he is, Jordan Clarkson. Keeping the game manageable right there. Cuts the lead down to 5. Brandon Ingram there, though. Look at him go. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Jordan Clarkson was like, I'm bringing the team back. And Brandon Ingram said, no, you're not. Another huge bucket here by Brandon Ingram to extend the lead. He's all right. It's not an injury. Don't worry, y'all. Don't worry, y'all. He's good. He's back on the floor. Donovan Mitchell. Little bucket there. Nothing too big for him in the first quarter. Josh Hart goes all the way. 9-point lead. Josh Hart to... I forgot who that was. But a huge three there to extend the lead. A bad pass here by Josh Hart. Josh Hart was kind of a non-factor in this game. Not going to lie. He tried to pass it out to Brandon Ingram. He didn't really hurt the team, but he kind of made a couple shots to make up for his poor judgment sometimes on offense. So Drew Holiday cashing in too. They're up big. They're up 16 there. Here it is, start of the third. Zion's in. Gets absolutely rejected by Rudy Gobert. That was like the only I think that was the only shot that Zion missed all game, to be honest. Was that Brandon Ingram? No. Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles, big three there. Brandon Ingram, a great drop off. And then Zion, y'all. They did not have any answer for Zion, and I honestly don't know why they took him out. I know why they took him out. It was for conditioning. And also, this is 2 of Lonzo's 4 points. A wide open pass from Zion for an easy layup. So just keep that in mind when we unveil Lonzo's place on the trash and cash list, right? Donovan Mitchell, huge three there in the third. This is where they start to fall apart, y'all. Score is 69-60. We'll keep an eye on it. Drew Holiday, big bucket there. Lead is at 11. Who's going to come alive? Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell doing their thing. Lead is still at 11 here. Donovan Mitchell goes inside, gets it to fall inside. But now the lead is down to 6, and now the lead is down to 4. But J.J. Redick, this is what I'm talking about. These were clutch threes by J.J. Redick. Huge threes by J.J. Redick. One there, and we'll see another one. There it is. Cash again to extend the lead all the way up to 10. But then everybody starts to go cold for the Pelicans. Everybody starts to go cold for the Pelicans. Here we are in the fourth. 8-point lead. Who's going to make it and who's going to break it? Strong inside there. Jazz cut it to 6. Zion's in now. What am I saying, y'all? Instant offense. 30 seconds into the fourth when he just started, just coming off the bench to start the fourth quarter. Brings the lead back up. Unfortunately, the Jazz cut it. Jordan Clarkson Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson, clutch buckets, man. Clutch buckets. If you haven't figured it out, he's on the trash and cash list too. He's on the opposite side of Lonzo. Big bucket there to cut the lead down to 2. Zion, pass out. Brandon Ingram. There it is. I think that's his only bucket in the fourth quarter, y'all. He had a fantastic first half, but he went cold. They don't show the misses on these highlights, this highlight tape. I'm just saying. Everyone's just trying to cling to a small lead for the Pelicans. Huge 3 there, cuts the lead down to 4. Next possession. Jordan Clarkson, a fantastic pass to Rudy Gobert inside, cuts the lead down to 1. Now it's Donovan Mitchell's turn. He's going to take over the game now. Big bucket there inside to officially reclaim the lead. That was their first lead since the first quarter. So, big bucket there by Donovan Mitchell. Drew Holiday gets it to fall. Trying to claw back. They're still down 1. Donovan Mitchell, big mid-range jumper there, falls. 3-point lead now. You're down 3. Who do you call on in this situation? J.J. Redick, yes, sir, ties the game, and that was unfortunately his last big bucket. He had 3 big buckets. We just saw 2 of them, and we just saw the third one. Here we go. They're down 2 now. Brandon Ingram gets fouled. This was another takeaway. Literally everybody that was dribbling and going into the paint was looking so sloppy with the ball. And this carried over to the Lakers and Clippers game. Just this first full game. That's why I kind of said it was smart to take the points in both of these games. I didn't go with my gut. Obviously, we saw at the top of the show, but that's kind of why if the smart play was to take the points in both of these games, because 4 months off, yeah, they had some scrimmage games, but this is real action, real intensity, and it kind of proved that players really weren't ready for it. The shooting percentages were really awful. They looked sloppy with the ball. Ball handling was sloppy, and here it is. Luckily, he got bailed out with a foul. He ends up making both these free throws, ties it at 104. We don't see the free throws. And now here comes a questionable call. I do not like it. I do not like this call, this foul call. I thought that was a great block, absolutely great block. They showed it in slow-mo live over and over again, and I still say that it was all ball first. But everybody's scared to show that slow-mo highlight in the highlight packages. I checked everywhere. I could not see it. Could not find it. Rudy Gobert ends up going to the line and shoots 2. Makes them both. Unfortunate. So here it is. Last shot. What I think the smart thing to do, you go for the win here. Zion is still not in the game, obviously. But you have an off-ball screen set up here. You have J.J. Redick going all the way up the three-point line at the top to get him the ball. You inbound it. Or, no, they're not even inbounding. Brandon Ingram has the ball. You set up an off-ball screen up the free J.J. Redick to get him free up here at the top of the three-point line, and then you have him shoot the 3 for the win. That's what I literally said when we were watching it live before this play happened. You get J.J. Redick the ball, have him shoot the 3 for the win. They drew it up exactly like that. Brandon Ingram supposed to give him the ball here, but he ends up taking it himself, and let's see what happens. He takes it himself, almost in, but does not flush down. So let's watch it again. Keep your eyes on J.J. Redick. They drew it up pretty much perfectly. Here he is, the screen off ball. Brandon Ingram's got to give it to him there. J.J. Redick, I think is he complaining? I see him. Oh, no, he's like, oh, that's in. Yeah, I think you hand it off to J.J. Redick there. Brandon Ingram was very cold in the fourth quarter. And he just misses it, and the Pelicans lose. Truly unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. Their playoff chances now are so slim. 7 games left. You need to win 4 of them. Yeah, this was one of your hardest games. This and that Clippers game are your hardest games, but you had to win. You got to win a game. There's only 8. There's so few games to pick and choose from that you can really pick and choose to win. But they did not win this one. Truly unfortunate. So that brings us to the Lakers-Clippers game. This was exciting to watch. This came down to the wire as well. Last second shot by the Clippers. Paul George, 3, did not go down, did not fall. So let's take a look. Anthony Davis, absolutely monstrous of a game. 34 points. He did also shoot 17 free throws, though. Huge free throw attempts. Pretty much all came in the first half. But yeah. Why am I echoing again, y'all? This is kind of pissing me off a little bit. I got to unplug this. My fault again. I don't know what's going on. Very annoying, if I do say so. Okay, we are back. All right, yeah, Anthony Davis, 34 points, absolutely monstrous game. 16 free throws, though, 17 shots. A ton of free throws coming in the first quarter, first half. Kawhi Leonard actually pretty much had to sit most of the first quarter because he got into foul trouble early. LeBron James put up 16 points. Didn't have a giant game, but had a huge game in the fourth. Some clutch threes in that huge key defensive possession at the last play of the game. Who else scored? Really, Kyle Kuzma. He had some clutch threes in the fourth quarter as well. J.R. Smith, 7 minutes, no points, nothing, zeros across the board. He's just getting acclimated. All right. And Deion Waiters, very clutch game by him as well. Some clutch drives. He had 2 assists, but 11 points. He was pretty clutch in the fourth. Big drives by him. Just a great point guard to set the floor, and he did his thing. Dwight Howard, kind of a non-factor as well, 1 point. But pretty much just all Anthony Davis down low. Clippers really just 2 of them. And yeah, so it was a little bit of a struggle in the first half. A lot of fouls, poor shootings by both teams in the first half. But that second half, things started to click, man. Things really started to click. They're like, oh, hang on, we can actually shoot the ball. I actually remember how to shoot the ball now. By both teams. So let's take a look at these highlights, shall we? Break down the game. Paul George, pretty much, he was the only one that was consistent all game with his shooting. Anthony Davis, strong inside, gets it done. Lakers were able to get a pretty big lead in the first, and pretty much hold on to it. The Clippers did come back for a little bit, but Lakers were able to weather the storm, reclaim the lead in the fourth, and hold on to it for the win. Joakim Noah kind of struggled, y'all. he had like maybe one good defensive play, but down low, the man was looking his age, looking like he was actually coming off an injury, which he was. He's 35. It might be over for Joakim Noah, unfortunately. Had a great career in Chicago, but not looking too great out there, Joakim Noah. They got a 9-point lead here. Kawhi's not in the game. Anthony Davis down low. Joakim Noah cannot box the man out. Big 11-point lead here to start the second. LeBron. All the way around. Yes, sir. Of course they showed this in slow-mo, right? It's LeBron, but we don't get the Rudy Gobert questionable foul call in slow-mo. Classic. Lead is up to 13 here in the second. Woo! Reggie Jackson, big 3 there. Is that J.R. Smith with a missed 3? I'm pretty sure it was. Dwight Howard with the great board. LeBron strong inside, doing what he does. Big there by Dion Waiters, y'all. Big there by Dion Waiters. Not didn't really show up on the stat sheet, but watching the game live, he did come up with some clutch buckets, some big drive ending buckets that the Clippers were going on, and he got it done. He got it done. Didn't make the trash and cash list, but definitely an argument to be made for the cash side. But we are reserving that for some absolutely great plays, some great players. And we will get into that after this game. See, here he is again. 6-point lead that he extends to 8. Still in the second. Paul George says, yes, sir. Cashed it in for 3. Cuts the lead down. Lead is now down to 3. What's going to happen? It's Kawhi backing down Caldwell Pope. He hits the turnaround jumper to cut it down to 1. Anthony Davis can't go strong inside. They start to shut him down. Alex Caruso back to Anthony Davis, but he finds his way back inside. Initially shut down. Little reset out of the box and able to get it down inside. Anthony Davis got fouled there. He shoots free throws. Here we are in the third. A little bit of a big time leap here. So we go. They go leading in the end of the first half to going down early in the third quarter. Paul George step back 3. It's good. This man was on the money all game, y'all. All game. Huge reason why they were able to take over the game, because Kawhi had to sit most of the first quarter. He kind of was struggling a little bit shooting in the second, came alive a lot in the third quarter. But Paul George was the one constant. Great all the way through. Lakers now down 2 here. Dion Waiters, absolutely fantastic drive and kick out that ends up finding Anthony Davis for the 3. They reclaim the lead. And the Clippers reclaim the lead. Now the Lakers are looking to reclaim the lead. There he is, Dion Waiters. Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying now. Didn't really show up on the score sheet, but Dion Waiters was a huge factor in this game. A true point guard, if you will. Big 3 to take the lead there. Anthony Davis, a lot of pump, a lot of faking, but he ends up hitting that mid-range though. Down 1 still. It's Dion Waiters with ball in hand and ball in bucket. Huge bucket there. Puts him up 2. Early in the fourth, things started to rain down for every team. Patrick Beverley says, yeah, I hit 3s. Big 3 there. Who else? Dion Waiters. Dion Waiters. The fake. The dish out to Green. 4-3. I'm echoing again. How annoying, right? Let me fix it. Honestly, don't know what's going on. This is the first time it's been doing this, and I apologize. I do apologize. I will have it fixed for Monday. But Dion Waiters, I may need to. I didn't put him on the cash. I didn't put him on the cash list. I may have made a mistake. May have made a mistake. Paul George throws it down inside. Lakers were able to get a 11-point lead early in the fourth, but the Clippers starting to claw their way back, hitting some key shots. They'll hit some more clutch 3s. Alex Caruso goes all the way, pretty much untouched. Well done there. Big lead for the Lakers, but the Clippers have something to say about it, y'all. The Clippers have something to say about it. Step back there from Kawhi, cash. Cuts it down to 6. Lead is now cut down. Oh, big jump there. Big time jump there. So Lakers have a 3-point lead here. 32 seconds left in the fourth. Paul George. Yes, sir. He's been on fire all night, so why not? Why not tie up the game? We're tied at 101. Look at him go. Look at him go. Way to create space. And then capitalize on the three. The man was on fire all game. He should be on the cash list too. LeBron misses, but he gets his own follow-up, put back. He goes and ties or takes the 2-point lead. And then here it is, y'all. Here it is. Absolutely fantastic down late by LeBron. Not by the miss, but able to follow it up and clutch on the second attempt, right? And now here it is, the last play of the game. Lakers up 2. Kawhi has the ball. LeBron is on Kawhi here. Here it is. LeBron defending Kawhi very well. And then Kawhi dishes it off to Paul George. And LeBron follows. LeBron chases him all the way to midcourt. Fantastic defense. 3 seconds on the clock now. LeBron, fantastic defense. Has to have Paul George throw it up. Kind of, not set at all. Because time is winding down because LeBron was able to chase him all the way back this far. Paul George kind of lost his spacing on the floor a little bit. And with 3 seconds left, had to hurry up to try and get as close to that 3-point line as he could. Throws up a prayer. Didn't get his feet set at all. Just throws it up. But that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic down the stretch by LeBron. And Lakers are able to get the win 103-101. So let's take a look at our famous cash and trash list, shall we? We'll start with the cash side, and then we'll get to the trash side. 3 players have found themselves on either side, so let's start it. Let's start it up. Here we go, the cash list. Well done, Jordan Clarkson. He was the only one that really impressed me throughout the entire game of that Jazz-Pelicans game. He was the only person on that Jazz team in the second that was providing pretty much constant offense for them. Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert did not show up until late in the fourth, but when the game was close, and the game was only close because Jordan Clarkson was able to get buckets and keep the lead at bay. He kept the game in hand, in reach in the second quarter, early in the third quarter when the Pelicans were having some big leads. So he was reliable when Donovan Mitchell wasn't. He was the Pelicans' Brandon Ingram, but he was consistent all the way through. So well done, Jordan Clarkson. You earn your spot on the cash list. And I should probably describe how this list works. So if you play well throughout the entire game, or you had a fantastic late game fourth quarter clutchness, you go on the cash list. And you will, or if you are absolute trash for the entire game, or you miss a clutch shot, you go on the trash list. The names pretty much speak for themselves, and you stay on that list until you show that you should not be on that list anymore. So if Jordan Clarkson has a mediocre game, I'll have to unfortunately take him off that cash list. We have these dated just so we can be reminded, if they go on a big run, let's say, next month, Jordan Clarkson finally ends his cashness and just has like an all right game, but he's on there for 14 days. That's impressive. So here we go, the inaugural cash list, Jordan Clarkson. Well done. Well done. And the other person on the cash list is LeBron James, just because, absolutely clutch down the stretch. Do we have to watch it again? Tie game. Gets the bucket to go the second time, but hey, still ends up falling. Not here. That's when he tied the game. Paul George, if he made that, man, he really should have been on that cash list. But there is no revisions. You understand? If you do not make it the first time, I cannot put you on there. It is already written. It is already set. I should probably put this up, right? Forgot I had to switch screens. So, all right, here we go. LeBron. This is why he's on the cash list, y'all. This is why. Tie game. Yeah, he misses here, but he follows it up and puts it back. Nobody could box him out. The man is too big. The man is too smart. He knew he missed it. He knew it was going off as soon as it left his hand, so he crashed the boards hard, able to put it back, and that's the game-winning bucket. That's the game-winning bucket. And then the two best players on the Clippers, I mean, undoubtedly are Kawhi and Paul George, right? Right? I think we can all agree on that. So what does LeBron do? He takes initiative. He guards Kawhi as Kawhi is trying to drive for the bucket. Look at that great defense on him. Allows him no space. Kawhi Leonard, the pump fake. LeBron doesn't fall for it. He doesn't jump into him so Kawhi can get a cheap foul. LeBron absolutely bodies him. Look at him. That was the pump fake, and this is LeBron's reaction. Just nothing. Great defense, bodies him, and then Kawhi has to get rid of it. Dumps it off to Paul George. You would think, is this JaVale McGee? Yeah, you think JaVale McGee would stay on Paul George? No. LeBron says, we switching because I'm the best player in the world, and Paul George has been going off this game, so I will take control. I don't even think that's JaVale McGee. I don't know who that is. Is that Pope or JaVale McGee? I can't tell. But anyway, regardless, Paul George gets the ball here. LeBron James pushes him all the way pretty much basically to half court. Now there's 3 seconds left. Great defense. Fantastic defense. Bodies him up. Doesn't allow him really any space. He chased him all the way to half court, so now there's really no time to set your feet for this 3-point attempt, game-winning attempt. LeBron, fantastic defense all the way through that sequence. Let's let it play in full time so we get the full effect of it. Here we go. Fantastic defense by Kawhi. He has to get rid of it to Paul George. Chases him all the way to midcourt. Fantastic, right by him the entire way. LeBron James, yes, sir. The game-winning shot in the clutch defensive series lands you on the cash list. So 2 players out of the 4 teams that played yesterday made their way to the cash list. Well done, folks. Well done. But with the good side of the list comes the bad side of the list. And, yeah, if you couldn't have guessed it, the trash list, the lone member from last night's games, belongs to Lonzo Ball, you piece of garbage, you bum. 4 points, 15% shooting, absolutely pathetic. Your team needed a leader. Your team needed somebody to step up in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter. Y'all had a big lead. Y'all had an 18-point lead that got erased when you guys needed to win every single one of those games to have a chance to make the playoffs, and you don't step up. You talk that you're big baller brand. You tiny baller. You microscopic baller. Your performance last night was so awful that you are the inaugural person, the only person on the trash list. You are a bum, Lonzo. You are trash. You are garbage. You cannot call yourself big baller anymore. You understand me? What you just did, that poor performance last night, absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. You're unreliable. No leadership. I saw no leadership. One of your 4 points came from an easy layup, uncontested. You shot 15%. Absolutely pathetic. And I am not sorry. I am not sorry for putting you on the trash list. You deserve it. I don't, usually I would root for players to get off the trash list, but I honestly don't think you'll ever get off. You got 7 more games to prove yourself, son. Reclaim your big baller brand title. Get off the trash list. But that poor performance when y'all needed a leader, y'all needed to have somebody step up. You cannot take control of the game. You cannot hit a clutch shot to save your life last night. Absolutely pathetic. Lonzo, you are the epitome of the trash list. Was that a little too hard? I don't think so. And once again, we're echoing, so we will unplug. So yeah, that is the trash and cash list. Well done. Congratulations for Jordan Clarkson and LeBron James. Well deserved. And also on the trash list, well deserved by Lonzo Ball. We will update that list every single when any game is played. We will update those lists and see who can get the coveted cash side and who gets the infamous trash side. So that brings us to our games tonight. We got a couple good ones, some not so good ones. This San Antonio versus the Spurs game, I would stay away from betting that. I would stay away from betting this Phoenix Suns and Washington Wizards game. I would stay away from betting this Brooklyn Nets game. I would, I don't know what to do on this Memphis Grizzlies game. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum really haven't played any of the scrimmages. Carmelo Anthony has, and he'll be starting. I don't know how the ball movement's going to really work with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum and Carmelo Anthony all pretty much needing the ball. Carmelo hasn't really impressed. John Morant has. This is a tough one to call. Memphis currently the 8th seed, and if they win this game today, they're going to make everybody else even more worried about trying to get that 8th seed. So huge game for Memphis tonight. Even, in a big game from Portland, they are the 9th seed trying to claw their way up 3 games out. This will be a good one. The Celtics in Milwaukee. Jan, if we learned anything from the games last night is to take the points in the first games. Boston South, there was a lot of poor shooting last night going on. Lakers and Clippers really found their groove at the second half, and I think this is what's going to happen with Boston too. Giannis is going to eat down low pretty much for the first half of this game. They might get a big lead. While Boston kind of tries to find themselves offensively, but I think they end up getting it done and winning this game. I do like the Celtics with the points in this game. We'll take a look at the spread in a second. And then this Houston Mavericks game. This is going to be interesting as well. No, not PJ Tucker. It's the other one. Why can I not think of his name? Pissing me off. Now I have to go look. It up. If I can even find it. What's his name? What is his name? I feel like SpongeBob when he deletes everything, including his name. He's out, y'all. He's out. Big, here it is. Eric Gordon. That's his name. Come on. You knew that. Eric Gordon out. It's a huge loss for Houston, and they're already small ball as it is, and with Porzingis playing, this is going to be interesting. But James Harden has been playing in the scrimmages, and he dropped 35 his last scrimmage game. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, do you bet against him? It's tough. So let's take a look at these spreads and do an official takes by fans moneymaker, shall we? This Portland-Memphis game, I say take the points. Grizzlies plus 2.5. John Morant has been an absolute walking bucket in these scrimmage games. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum haven't been playing. They may be a little rusty. With Carmelo, hasn't really, he'll be in the lineup, and he hasn't really shown anything too great. So I do like the Memphis Grizzlies plus 2.5. I think that is a solid, secure bet. Here we go. The Celtics. They're getting 5 points, y'all. That is huge. As soon as I saw that, I was like, yes, sir, take that. I think they'll struggle in the first half, but I think they figure it out. I think they kind of do what the Clippers did. Kawhi got into early foul trouble. Anthony Davis ate pretty much early in the first half down low. I think Giannis will do what Anthony Davis did. He will go down low. He will eat. Celtics may get in a little bit of foul trouble trying to contain him, but the shooters, Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker, who else is there? I got it here. Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, Thies. I think they all get it done. I think they figured themselves out late in the third, get it done in the fourth, and if they lose, I don't think they lose more than 5. This is their first real game back. Conditioning is going to take a toll on both of these teams. Taking the points, I think, is the securest bet you could do. So I like the Celtics as well. And I'm not touching this Wizards game, and I'm not touching that Nets game. If I had to bet this Orlando Nets game, I would take the Nets +7. A lot of people are not coming, did not show up or come to Orlando for the Nets. Orlando Magic, they're all right, but 7 points, that's a lot of points, y'all, especially this first game back. But I would advise not to touch this game. It really could go either way. It could be an Orlando blowout, or the Nets could hang around all game. Really nothing to play for the Brooklyn Nets. There's no way they can. There is a way they can get a playoff spot in the East. That's why they're there. But just they already have the playoff spot. What am I talking about? What is this man talking about? They currently, they will make the playoffs, but none of their official starters are really there. They only have Jared Allen there. Kyrie Irving didn't show up. DeAndre Jordan didn't show up. A couple other players. I think they're missing like a total of like 6 players. I can name them off right now. Here they go. Teron Prince, not there. Spencer Dinwiddie, not there. DeAndre Jordan, as we said, not there. Kyrie Irving sitting out. Wilson Chandler sitting out. So they're just missing so much. They're not going to be as deep as they were. Currently, the 7th seed and not looking too good. I would stay away from this game. But if I had to take it, I would take the points of 7, because that's a lot of points. It's a lot of points, and it's the first game. We saw it yesterday. Taking the points was the smartest bet last night. We did not do that. And, I did not follow my gut. But, I would just stay away from that game altogether. Also, with this game, the Suns and Wizards, these teams are actually fighting for a spot in the Western Conference playoffs. So many games out. They do have a chance, but not realistically. I would very highly advise stay away from this game. Same thing with the Spurs and Kings. Once again, 2 teams that are outside looking into that last playoff spot in the West. It is not looking good for either of these teams. Stay away from it. Houston and Mavericks, we will take this game. We'll make it a 3-team official parlay. Houston Rockets over the Mavericks. Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis is obviously going to give them trouble down low. Rockets are playing very small ball. They faced, let me check their regular season matchup. Who am I talking about? Do I got them open somewhere? I don't. But we can find them quick. No big deal. Houston versus Dallas. Let's take a look. Their regular season matchups. How many times did they face? All right. First time they lost 137 to 123. Very high scoring. And the second time they faced, what happened? They ended up winning 128-121. So, split their regular season series. They won their latest meeting. So, and my God. All right, we're back. And we're not echoing, so that's good. All right, so Rockets are getting points. I say we take it. Do we bet against a very well-rested James Harden? He can go and drive every possession this game. The man is refreshed. He's good to go. And they're getting points, so why not, right? Why not? So the official Takes by Fans moneymaker is a 3-team parlay. Grizzlies +2.5, Celtics +5, and the Rockets +2. Bet it and bet it big. Y'all know. Come on. Yeah, we had a little step back on our first, but it takes a little. It was the first game back. What do you expect? Come on, give me a break. The official team Takes by Fans moneymaker: Memphis +2.5, Celtics +5, and Rockets +2. The odds are +593. So do your math accordingly if you want to put any money on the game. But that's it for today. Did the cash and trash list. Did our moneymaker, broke down the games from last night. As always, follow me and be a part of the conversation on Twitter at TakesByFans, and come watch the show live Monday through Friday, noon Eastern at twitch.tv/TakesByFans. Alrighty, and we will see you on Monday.